Hello everyone, welcome to The Unbreakable Woman. I am Dr. Jenny. Today, let me remind you, wives, mothers, girlfriend, girl child, that we are the finest of all God's creation. It is a statement of fact. So let's talk about poverty environment, how it influences how much you can achieve in life. The people you hang out with, they're going to influence how much you will achieve in life. The places you go to, they will influence how much you can achieve in life. Where you live will also influence how much you can achieve in life. Even how you dress and how you talk. If you live in a poverty-stricken environment, you're going to be talking ghetto. You're going to be dressing ghetto, because that is your environment. And that's why life is not happening to you. That's why you are not achieving more out of life, because of your environment. So, and all of us, or majority of us, we are not born with silver spoon, but we thrive to remove ourselves from poverty environments, from poverty surroundings. That's why the first transformation that will happen to you is the renewing of your mindset. The first transformation that will happen to you is by changing the way you think about yourself. Self-doubt, low self-esteem about yourself. When you know that my environment is not serving me right, the people I'm talking to, they are not serving me right. The places I go to, they're not serving me right, and I want to achieve more in life, then you'll be careful how to elevate yourself. You'll be careful how to remove yourself from those friends or those family members that their mindset is not renewed. What I know now, if I knew it like 10 years ago, I would have been a little better than what I am now. And I say thank God for what he has made me, because the Bible says he makes all things beautiful in his time. So the life that I'm changing now for me is the same life that I want you to also inculcate that into yourself. Try to change your environment. If your parents lived in the city, in the inner city, when you have come of age and you want to buy a house, or you want to get an apartment, don't buy in the same place, or don't get an apartment in the same area of your parents, because you have not broken any generational curse. If you still live in the same poverty environment of your great-grandfathers, of your great-grandmothers, of your mothers, you have to break that generational curse. I wrote in my book talking about generational curse, where a lady who I know for almost 18 years works in a fast food restaurant as a bar attendant. The daughter now is 18 years and still works with the mom in the same place. It means that that generational curse has not been broken, because the daughter should be going to school. The daughter should want more out of life versus what the mom is doing. So for you to want to climb the ladder of success, you have to remove yourself from those poverty environments, from those environments that make you stay in survival mode. You shouldn't be living in survival mode this day and age. The Bible says that Jesus said, I came that you might have life, and have life more abundantly. So there's abundance of wealth, abundance of knowledge, abundance of riches out there. But we have to go and get these riches. We have to educate ourselves. We have to take some skills. We have to go to school in order for us to change our mindset, in order for us to elevate our lives. When you removing yourself from poverty environment, you have to do away with a lot of your friends who have the same mentality. You have to do away with some of your family members who have the same poverty mentality. Let me tell you this. When you are trying to upgrade, when you have made up your mind that the poverty my parents lived in, I'm not going to live in. The poverty my friends are living in, I'm not going to live in those poverty environments. You're going to be attacked. You're going to have an attack because people are going to say, family members are going to say, your friends are going to say, she thinks she's something. What the hell does she think she is? She's just acting. She thinks she's better than everybody else. Yeah, because your mindset has changed. When your mindset changes, then you become better than everybody else. Because when you know better, then you do better. If you don't know any better, you can't do any better. Because what they want to do is to keep you in the same environment, to make you talk in the same environment, to make you behave like them. When you behave like them, when you stay in the same environment, life won't come to you. Your number one goal is to get out of poverty environment. Your number one goal is to get yourself out of poverty relationships. Your number one goal is to get yourself out of poverty friendships. That should be your number one goal in life if you want to evolve, if you want to upgrade, if you want to have a better life. Remove yourself from poverty environment, from poverty friends, from people who don't think better for themselves, for people who don't want to achieve life, from people who look down on themselves. Let your mindset be transformed. Even though I know a lot of people, I have a handful of people who are already where I want to be in life. And I model myself. I have mentors. I model myself to the life that these people have already lived. So if you are the smartest among all your friends, then you need to change your environment. You need to change your friends. Your friends should be the ones that tell you you can achieve life. You should want more out of life. Let's go back to school. Let's take some skills. Let's take some trade to make it, to get us out of poverty environment. It's our mindset. I remember when I wanted to write my book, I got a lot of setbacks. I got a lot of, mouth talking. I didn't listen to them because I knew what I wanted out of life. I wanted to be the one to break that generational curse. I wanted to be the one to say, I got my family out of poverty. I wanted to be different. So I started talking differently. I started dressing differently. I started looking differently. I'm just a different person from people who don't have the mindset of achievement, from people who don't have the mindset of, I want to achieve more out of life. So your number one goal, woman, I'm talking to you, is to get yourself out of poverty environment. That should be your number one goal, to get yourself out of poverty environment. I will talk to you next time. My books are on Amazon.com. Women's 10 Rules for a Happy Life, The Hidden Diary of a Bishop's Wife, My Untold Truth, and A Constipated Life. You will need to read this book, A Constipated Life, How to Break Free from Self-Imposed Limitations. Because most times the limitations we have is the ones that we set for ourselves. We set ourselves. We think that achievement can only happen to somebody else who can. It can happen to us. We think that God follows protocols when it comes to blessing you. No, God does not follow protocols. When He wants to bless you, you have to make yourself available for God to use you. And your enemies are for your growth. Your enemies are not your enemies. They are actually for your growth. You need to get this book. It's on Amazon.com and Barnes & Nobles also. And the latest one I co-authored with my mentor is helping our children succeed in life, how to break generational curses, how to remove poverty mentality out of our lives, how to break generational suffering, how to break generational negativity, and how to break generational untimely death. We are generational curse breakers. We are generational curse breakers. I'm gonna make a video on this very soon. We are generational curse breakers. That's our mindset these days. I know you're with me. Go and get my books on Amazon.com, and please leave your comments in the comment section, and also share my videos. And please give my video a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yeah, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Take care of yourself, and please do take care of each other. Know that no man is going to love you more than you love yourself. Take that to the bank. Bye. Love you.